It's week number 7 of the Sunny Awards. We're heading toward the home stretch of the NSIC football season, and whether your team is rising or falling, the spectacular performances remain the same. And thanks to some late voting this week, we have some very interesting results for this week's winners. Best quarterback featured Logan Gretz from Minnesota Duluth with 2 touchdowns against Concordia St. Paul, while Minnesota State's J.D. Ikawa had 4 touchdowns at Upper Iowa. Brandon Alt had 3 second-half touchdowns, leading Bemidji State to a comeback win over MSU Moorhead. But the runaway winner was Augustana's Kyle Sadler with his second straight 4-touchdown, no-pick game. Only this week it came on the road at 5-1 Wayne State. It was a huge test, and Sadler passed it with flying colors. Best running back featured Thurl Reisdorfer back at full strength for Sioux Falls, 145 yards and 2 scores against UMary. Augustana's Jared Epperson complimented Sadler's passing with 127 yards on the ground. Brett Brenton had his first multi-touchdown game for Northern State as they eked out a win over Minot State. But even in a loss, it's the Beavers' Ali Muhammad with the Sunny for best RB, and rightfully so. 35 carries, 212 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Muhammad was an absolute workhorse on Saturday and nearly helped Minot State pull off the upset. Nevertheless, a tip of the cap to Muhammad. He did his part and then some. Best wide receiver had UMD's Armani Carmichael with nearly 150 yards in the win over CSP. Augustana's Sean Engel had another monster game with 144 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Vikings. Malik Williams also had 2 scores on Saturday for Bemidji State. But for the 4th straight week, UMary has the sunniest wideout, only this time it's Luke Little. It had been Danny Kittner the previous 3 weeks, but Little was big for the Marauders. Despite the loss to Sioux Falls, Little had 12 catches, 152 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Best defense had Minnesota Duluth holding Concordia St. Paul under 230 yards of total offense, with Minnesota State recording a road shutout at Upper Iowa. Despite Little's touchdowns for UMary, Sioux Falls held the Marauders to a season low in points. But the Bemidji State gangrene defense gets the Sunny this week for the second-half shutout of MSU Moorhead. That defense included a blocked field goal and a critical interception, allowing the Beavers to make their second-half comeback. So now we get to best team. Minnesota State's win at Upper Iowa was its second 58-point road win of the season, while Sioux Falls won its 3rd in a row over an improved UMary squad. But thanks to some late voting, and yes, I did the math, we have a tie for the Sunny for best team this week between Augustana and Bemidji State. Let's start with the Beavers, whose comeback in the Battle of the Axe against MSU Moorhead came down to the wire with a late touchdown from Brandon Alt to Malik Williams. Augustana, meanwhile, emerged victorious at Wayne State in a battle of 5-1 teams, not only providing the Vikings with a great win, but a signature win heading down the home stretch.